I think we've confused, and this is the awful irony of it all, that element of speculation has in the end confused all of our product market fit signals, right? There's very traditional, like, hey, I like this, I use it because it's useful to me. Has been confused with, oh, I can get rich off it, so I'll buy the coin, or maybe I'll stake, or X, Y, and Z, right? And that's just screwed everything up. There's natural signals about this is a useful product. I want to use it for X, Y, and Z, as opposed to I want to get rich off of it, right? So that's my start of a 10, if you want.
Yeah. I don't think that it's fair to characterize that you can't do anything else with crypto than I think you're being audacious intentionally in many ways. But like, so I'm not going to call it and say, oh, what are you talking about? But like, it's just that because of the speculative nature of a lot of the like first use cases of this tech, it became the focal point that's getting all of the money, all of the dev work, all of the focus is there. But if you look at the non-speculative opportunities in crypto, identity and governance strategies and ways to signal your preferences in a decentralized way, and all of those communities, and you really look at them from like 2012, 2013 and on, they're all growing. They're all getting bigger and building really cool products. And yeah, most of them haven't hit like unicorn product market fit. Right. But like how many different identity systems do we have today in the crypto space compared to the ones we have 3 years ago, 4 years ago? It's massive. And you can go across any of the non-speculative verticals and see huge growth. It's just not the dominant narrative. It's not the thing that VCs are funding, and it's not where the brain trust is going because, just like in the nonprofit space versus corporations, like, hey, people go towards the areas where they get paid well, really talented, like special people who can really make stuff happen. They go where they get paid by Google and Amazon and Facebook. They don't usually stay in a nonprofit for very long. So, or if they do work at a nonprofit, they contribute 5 hours a week or something because they really care. And that I feel like that's the same kind of thing that happens in this world too, where it's like, yeah, you have to either have already made it or not have made it to really be working in crypto on the non-speculative side. And I'll give an example that's actually pretty personal. Like there's this project called IDEN3 that me and Jordi Bellina, you're in Barcelona, you guys are in Barcelona right now. Me and Jordi Bellina helped start this organization that was really about how do we give identity to people. And one of the things that was needed was more storage space. Like you said, we don't have scaling yet. So IDEN3 kind of spun out to be Hermes and now Polygon Hermes and build a ZK EVM. Now, I was kind of pissed because like we came to do identity and other people are doing, roll-ups, like, well, let's focus on identity. But in the end, Polygon bought them. They have an incredible team. There's lots of funding to do the roll-up and solve the scalability issues so that you can, sell Pepe coins on the roll-up and it's all going to be great, right? But like in the end, we had to pause the identity thing so that we could focus on where money will fund us. And it's a tragic reality in the market. But I do think that the non-speculative side of crypto is where the magic is. And to your point with AI, Trent McConaughey is he founded Ocean Protocol and lots of other cool crypto projects, early crypto pioneer. But he's been working on AI since the 80s. So AI has hit its special moment, but it's had like, there have been people working on this for decades, whereas crypto's had 1 decade. So it's not really fair to compare the tech.
I'll give you that, maybe that last point. But I'll push back on the rest. Even in the last point, though, you can draw the history of crypto back to the cypherpunks, like, 2 decades from the 1980s, right? So, the Bitcoin moment was really the ChatGPT moment for blockchain. Those are comparisons there, maybe. But let's leave that aside. We've had this huge energy, which is money, resources, time, people, ideas, go into blockchain, go into Web3, however you want to categorize it. But at the end of the day, we've created tools for speculation and not much else. I'll say one short thing on that, which is David Graeber, amazing anthropologist and I guess historian of anthropology in a way, and economics, wrote 5,000 Years of Debt. Weirdly, at the end of that, he says, it's funny, in time, even if you go back to Mesopotamia, it's the speculative tools that always precede proper financial systems, which you think would be the other way around, right? You get the marketplaces and then you get the speculation. He said, actually, it's, even if you go back, all that time, that's the way it goes. So maybe we're preceding something else, but that's always a maybe. I'm uncomfortable with maybes after this much time.
Do you have an ENS name?
Yeah.
We're collected POAPs.
Yeah.
I know about the phone.
Oh, don't get me wrong. There are things, but I think that's like, in this group, that might be language we understand and things that we've used, but it doesn't go much further.
You ever use Tether, or USDC? These are not speculative things. I mean, people are using Tether on Tron for one reason or another at a massive scale around the world. and it is not a speculative thing, and it is absolutely a killer app.
We need to create more ways to get people on board into this regen economy. And the only way for me to do that, I believe, is with these social games, and also with what Shiv was mentioning, like creating, let's say, dinners or parties, or also what I believe, or what I call rituals that bring us together, and where we can actually challenge each other thoughts. So like that, we can elevate everyone's knowledge, and also, let's say, have some check and balances between ourselves. So yeah, I believe the future of Web3 is going to be a combination of culture and money for sure as well. But culture I think is going to be at the very, very center of it.
About our current financial system.